I don't go near the woods at my dad's house anymore. Not at night, not even close, because something out there knows what I sound like and it knows my name. The story was shared with me, and it is absolutely terrifying. Hey, I'm not really sure how to start this, so I'll just say it straight. This happened a few years ago when I still lived with my dad near the Appalachian Mountains. I don't tell people this in real life because it sounds off, but I swear I'm not making it up. So it was me, my older brother Aaron, and my dad living out there. We had a decent amount of land, mostly woods behind the house, like thick woods, the kind where it gets dark way too fast once the sun starts going down. My dad always had these weird rules, but he never explained them, just stuff like don't whistle at night, don't go into the woods after dark, and if you hear someone calling you from out there, you make sure you can actually see them before you answer. At the time, I thought it was just old mountain superstition. Anyway, the night this happened, it was late October. Cold but not freezing. Aaron and I had just gotten back from driving around, doing nothing like usual. It had to be around 11:30, maybe closer to midnight. We were in the kitchen and Aaron realized he left his phone in his truck. He complained about it for a second and then he just said he'd go grab it. His truck was parked a little ways out, not super far, but far enough that the porch light didn't really reach it. I stayed inside. I remember I was just leaning on the counter, scrolling on my phone, not really paying attention to anything. Then I heard him. Caleb. Just normal, like he was right outside. So I went to the back door and I opened it. What? I said. Nothing. I figured maybe he didn't hear me, so I stepped out onto the porch. His truck door was open, but I couldn't see him anywhere. I remember thinking that it was weird, but not scary yet, just confusing. Aaron, I said again. Still nothing. Then I heard his voice again, but not from the truck, from the woods. Caleb, come here a second. It sounded like him. It really did. Same tone, same everything. Just coming from the wrong place. And I don't know why, but I actually started walking toward it. I got close to the edge of the yard where it turns into trees and I stopped. Something felt off. Not enough to make me run, but enough that I didn't want to go any further. I can't see you, I said. There was a pause, like it was thinking. Then it said, a little closer, I'm right here. And that's when it hit me. There was no flashlight. Aaron always used his phone light out there at night, always, and it was pitch black in those woods, like you wouldn't even be able to see your own hands. Before I could say anything else, I heard a car door slam behind me. I turned around and Aaron was walking up from his truck from behind me. Dude, what are you doing? He said. I didn't even answer him right away. I just kind of stared because from the woods I heard it again. Caleb, same voice, same exact voice. But now I knew it wasn't him. I asked him, were you just calling me? And he goes, no, I just got my phone. We both stood there for a second, not really saying anything, and then it said his name, Aaron, and it sounded like me. That's when we both backed up at the same time without even talking about it, just instinct. We went straight inside and locked the door. I remember thinking once we were inside, it would stop. It didn't. A few minutes later, we heard footsteps outside, slow, like someone just walking around the porch, back and forth. And then it stopped right by the door, and it knocked. Not loud, just three knocks. Then we heard Aaron's voice, right outside. Hey, open up. I swear I've never felt that kind of fear before because Aaron was standing right next to me. He just kept shaking his head like, don't move. The voice tried again. Come on, man, it's cold. It sounded so normal. That's the worst part. If I hadn't known better, I probably would have opened the door. Then it changed. Not all at once, just slipped a little, like it was having trouble keeping the voice steady. Aaron, open door. It sounded wrong, like it didn't fully understand how talking worked. After that, it just went quiet. Eventually, we heard it walk away, gravel crunching, slow, heading back toward the woods. We didn't sleep at all. At some point in the night, I think around 3, I looked out the window. I shouldn't have, but I did. At first, I didn't see anything. Then I noticed something standing near the trees. It was tall, taller than a person. And I know this is going to sound insane, but it looked like a deer, kind of, but not right. Its legs were off, too long, or bent wrong. I couldn't really tell. And its head was just slightly wrong, like it didn't sit where it was supposed to. It wasn't moving, it was just standing there facing the house. Then it spoke from that distance, clear as if it was right next to me. Caleb. I dropped down so fast I hit the floor. I didn't look again. In the morning, it was gone. We told my dad everything, expecting him to say it was an animal or we were imagining things. He didn't. He just nodded and said, "Yeah, you heard it." Like that was it. Like it was normal. We asked him what it was, and he just said, "Doesn't matter. Don't answer it. Don't follow it." That's all he would say. I moved out a couple years later, but my dad still lives there. Every now and then he'll call me late at night just to talk, I guess. A few months ago, he stopped mid sentence and got really quiet. I asked him what was wrong. He said, "Hold on." Then, after a few seconds, he goes real calm. "I think something's out by the trees again." I didn't even want to ask, but I did. "What's it doing?" There was a pause, and then he said, "It's calling your name." If you enjoyed this story, or if it reminded you of something you've experienced yourself, you're not alone, and I'd love to hear about it. Feel free to send your true scary story for a chance to be featured in a future episode. And if you've stayed all the way to the end, thank you. Your support, whether it's listening, liking, or subscribing, means more than you know. And if you're listening to this late at night, maybe don't go checking outside. Some things don't need an answer.